Moving to our topic of the day. You need your pen back.
Okay.
Relationships and understanding and communication. So, like I said previously, I try to look for a man's point of view. And actually, I found some really good ideas. Some of them I feel like I do. Maybe my boyfriend says otherwise. I feel like I do. And some of them I do need to improve on. So let's start going down the list.
Okay.
So I think this is very important. Pick the right time. Because sometimes you feel like you have to be heard at that minute, at that thought, or at that feeling. And it just might not be the right time to discuss it. Maybe somebody just got home. Maybe you're, out in front of people. So try to pick a time where everything is neutral. Because maybe that can make somebody more receptive.
Okay. I think timing is important. You don't want to bring up a touchy issue during a time when you're already involved in a conflict that you want to then you think about all the other things that have upset you over.
I mean, not even dealing with that. If all of a sudden you get annoyed with your partner in front of people.
Oh, no.
That's not the time.
That's a no-no.
Nor the place
to
bring that up.
I can't
just right
stand
there
that.
In that bubble, pick the right time.
I hate when couples argue in public and show disfavor in public. I hate that. Take it home.
Take it home. Going on to 2. Now,
if you embarrass them in public, that's not a good thing. Okay, you don't want to.
You didn't just cut me off.
I'm about to say you can talk about that because if you don't lower a man's ego by embarrassing him in public in front of his peers, friends, anybody. That's not a good thing. Okay, not a good thing. All right, because they bruise so much easier than what women do. But go ahead.
Yeah, number 2, don't talk over someone's site. That's not number 2.
You know what?
Number 2, they say edit it down. Many times, we women, we start talking, we get carried away. They said limit your comments to clear, short sentences. Pause, ask for feedback, and wait for your partner. So basically, don't try to have a whole freaking dissertation when you're talking. And women, we do need to work on that sometimes.
Well, we come with so much emotional baggage that we just want to make sure that he understands from the depth of our hearts everything that we're feeling and thinking, and they just want to kind of cut to the chase.
Right. So they said a good idea might be to say, can we spend about 10 minutes talking about this?
Oh.
You talk about it for the 10 minutes. If you agree, great. If you agree to disagree, that's fine. But you have your say, they have their say, and just try to cut it short and kiss, love, and make up.
Okay.
I thought that was a pretty good one. So I was like, okay, I'll take a little 10-minute thing. I'll see how that was with my boyfriend. I'll let y'all know. So, number 3. They said pause and ask for feedback. Stop, listen, and hear. They're like, you just go on, and just because they're not agreeing with you doesn't mean that they're not hearing what you have to say. And sometimes you go, are you understanding what I'm saying? Well, what did I just say to you?
Okay.
I said, now, you can't say that all the time because then he's going to act like you're thinking he's a child. But maybe it works sometimes.
So you want to make sure, one, that you're being understood, and then you want the reverse as well, to make sure that you understand what he's trying to say to you. Or are we just talking about?
On both ways. So, you want to make sure.
Did your hair fall off?
No, my hair didn't fall off. This is a new lock.
Oh.
Family, Miss Gigi is in my hair while I'm trying to tell her how to communicate. Okay, you know what? See, already, I'm going to keep on moving on. But, yes, both things. To make sure you're being heard and make sure you're listening.
Okay, that's important.
Yeah, which is very hard to do because most time we get so carried away with, I want to make sure I talk because as soon as I take a breath or pause, they jumping all over it. So, sometimes we just have to slow down the conversation. Next, they said don't catastrophize everything. Everything is not
a catastrophe?
Yes.
Not major?
Yes.
Well, if you do that, I would imagine that he doesn't know when you really do have a major problem.
It's like the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
Don't make everything sound that serious. Try to really keep your voice in a calm tone at all times, which is, to me, very hard because I'm a very, emotion person. I talk with my hands. I have kind of a big voice. So I need to try to work on that one, just try to stay calm. Basically, even when you're talking about big things such as marriage and children and just financial situations, try to come with it calmly so he can listen. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
And, of course, I think this is, don't attack.
Oh, no. No, that would be that.
Don't call somebody idiot,
that's a kiss of
moron, big baby.
No, that's so disrespectful.
You always do that,
And one of the things, just about communication in general, one of the things, you learn to do and understand is that you have to meet people where they are initially, and you have to really learn to listen to what they have to say, because you really don't know what their life experiences have been. And, so if you listen to what they have to say, you try to get some insight into what they're feeling and thinking, and that will also help. So give them some space, truly listen to what they have to say, and not always being like, well, they should be thinking, why can't they understand what I'm feeling and thinking? They're not inside our head. They haven't lived life the way that we have. It goes both ways. So how can they possibly understand everything that, you're feeling and thinking when our life experiences have been different?
Right. Everybody comes to the table with different things.
Yeah.
So, the next one is, it says, this is a good one that I think women, we really need to, put in our back pocket. It says, tell your partner if you want to solve problems or you just want to share your feelings. And my boyfriend always does this, because here's our conversation. Oh, my gosh, babe, you would not believe what happens. Before I even get into my conversation, he's like, stop. Am I supposed to be problem solving or just let you vent?
He does that?
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
He asked me that question.
Cool.
I'm like, I just want to vent. He's like, okay. But sometimes I don't want to say that, because I feel like as soon as I say I want to vent, he's like, oh, good. I can continue watching TV, and I can hear her pause and go, what? Mm-hmm. So, but I appreciate he at least asked, because sometimes you just want to vent and you want them to care and just say, they're buttholes, babe, you're beautiful. But he does do that to me, which I find funny. He's the first person that has ever really said, stop. What is my position in this? Before you get pissed off at me for trying to be a problem solver, you just want to vent. Because men are problem solvers, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
we as women need to understand.
Yeah.
That's what they want to do. I have a problem with this. This is how you fix it. Us women, a lot of times we just want to vent. So anyway, next.
Okay.
They say listening is not agreeing.
Right.
And sometimes say, they feel like, we'll sit here and have our complaint, and if they don't agree with us, we feel like, oh, well, I have to go on and tell you side with me.
Right.
And it's not always that.
No, you're just listening. I mean, you respect the fact that you're different people. As I was saying earlier, we've had different life experiences. And because of that, the same thing we will see from two different perspectives.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing, I think the most important thing that this author said was, this is a person that loves you, understands you, and cares about your feelings. Maybe they don't agree with your interpretation of the event, but maybe
that's
they have
frustrating, though.
Maybe they have a other way.
How about reality? Reality is when you're talking to your loved one, I echo you again. You expect them to agree, and they come and talking about, well, what about the other person? You don't want to hear about the other person's perspective. So, I mean, this is good advice. I'm telling you right now, in real life, you want them to just say, yeah, agree with you, see things the way you see it, and they throw something in the fire, and you don't like that.
Yeah, but that goes back to, do you want me to listen, or do you want me to solve a problem?
Okay.
So you need to tell them, I just want to vent with you real quick.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it is annoying when someone, but they said, maybe it opens your mind to the fact that maybe you could have been wrong, blah, blah, blah. But you're right. When you're in the heat of the moment, you don't care.
Oh,
the next one, over-talking someone. You've been over-talking me today. Okay?
Well, you're not allowed to talk. I have to get my little 2 cents worth in where I can.
Well,
go ahead, because you're all excited.
Put 1 cent in.
Okay. I'm not coming late anymore. Go ahead. Okay.
The next one, respect the advice. Now,
well, let me,
you need to talk about your communication.
Let me go back to over talking. in communication, when you keep interrupting someone, what that means is that you think that what you have to say is more important than what they're saying. That's how the other person may interpret it. So you need to be aware of that. When you keep cutting someone off, that what you're saying, what they may feel is that if you're saying that what they're saying, shut up, I have something to say, it is more important. Even though sometimes you may just be over anxious to share your feelings.
I'm just playing with you.
No, you're not. Go ahead.
And they said validate the validator. You know, say thank you for listening to me. I just need to get this off my chest. Because so many times, as if it's their duty to sit there and listen to us. And it's not. They do it because they love us. They want more understanding and are trying to form a deeper communication and a deeper relationship with us.
Well, okay. And if you're coming in from a day off the job, from a business, you know, maybe you can allow each other some space to share your day, vent, you know, get it off the chest, and then say, okay, after 15, 20 minutes, that's it, no more. Let's just, put the world behind us, and let's just enjoy being here together in our home, and move forward.
Now, this is one that with men, they drive me crazy with.
What's that?
When I do this. It says, be ready to cede an argument. You know, I don't feel like talking about this no more. We're going to agree to disagree, and I'm done with this.
You mean to concede, maybe just let it go?
Yeah, concede. Just let it go. Because sometimes men don't appreciate this. Because they'll go, that's because I'm right and you're wrong. So you don't want to argue this anymore because I'm right. No, that's your opinion, and I respect your opinion. I don't want to talk another 30 minutes about how we're disagreeing. So just forget about it because I'm right.
Oh, you know what? I think it cuts down on conflict, and sometimes it's just better just to say, we're going to disagree, so I'm just going to say.
Because I'm right.
See,
that pisses you off.
And you have to just to let it go because you're not going to see, once again, those different life experiences, and you just have to let it go and respect that.
So let me go quickly to the last, three, because they're a million that I love. So it said really use the I language. Don't say, you spoil the kids too much. You don't help me with this. Instead, turn it to I'm very tired. I like to have a little quiet time in the evening. If he goes out too much, I get to want to spend time with me. So try to make it more of the I language. Men are not mind readers.
Right.
Say what you want and know what you mean. I wish you could help me more around the house. No. Can you clean up on Wednesday? So you're not attacking their character.
Right.
You're just asking them to do something.
And you be very specific. No general, be very detailed, very exact in what you want.
And then the last one I had was be a partner. In a relationship, it's hard to be open because a lot of times in a relationship, that's the most open you get with another person. But, slowly try. And that's my last thing with communication.
Well, if you're going to move forward, you have to let something go. You got to let the walls come down and open up, and let the feelings flow, and just enjoy the ride, enjoy the moment, and don't worry about tomorrow in that sense. Just enjoy.
Yeah. So the men had something to say today.
Yeah.
I thought they had good ones.
I think so.
That some of them I'll use, and some of them I feel like I already do.
Okay.
But family, thank you so much for joining us today. I had a great time. He said I talk too much.
Oh no, you just.
All right, so we're RIB. Check us out at www.ribradio.com. And we love you guys.
Have a
great MLK weekend.
All right. There you go.
Ladies, stand up, it's the year of the woman. Stand up, it's the year of the woman. Don't take no stuff now, ladies, stand up with me. Welcome to RIB. Welcome to RIB. Welcome to RIB with the Queen is Angie G.